Our next question says, why didn't John Mark and John record the virgin birth of Christ in their gospel accounts?
Now, let me say in answer to that. John Mark is writing to show that Jesus was the servant of God. And he's a miracle worker in Mark. He's able to get the job done. And all of the Gospels were written for a purpose. Matthew to the Jew, Mark to the Roman, to the Gentile, to the American today that believes, that you need to get your briefcase and get out and start going. That was the old American principle, was to go to work. Well, in the Gospel of Mark, Jesus is the servant. He goes to work. He gets the job done. He's able to heal the sick, raise the dead. He's able to save men. That is the first requirement of a servant, not who his papa and mama happens to be, but is he able to get the job done? And the Lord Jesus Christ is able to get the job done. And so in the Gospel of Mark, he's the servant. We don't need a genealogy. And in the Gospel of John, why, he is the Son of God there. You wouldn't ordinarily have a genealogy. But did you know that there's a genealogy in the Gospel of John? I want you to notice how the Gospel of John opens. The Gospel of John opens, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And it opens with deity. And then John says in verse 14, and the Word that was deity, the Lord Jesus Christ, was made flesh. And you could translate that, was born flesh. That's when God took up the robe of humanity. Now, you'll need the Bethlehem story to fill this out. But here is the record of God coming down and tabernacling in human flesh. And that, my friend, is the Christmas story. That's what the birth of Jesus is all about, that God became man. So that in the Gospel of John, we have the record because the Gospel of John is presenting him as the Son of God. He said, these things are written that you might believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, and that believing you might have life in his name. And only God can impart life. And so you have that here in this tremendous gospel. I think that's the reason you do not have a genealogy given in Mark or John.